Welcome to Mr. Heaton's Math Lab. In this video, we're going to work on our multiplication, specifically looking at multiples of 10. So whenever we take a look at a multiplication table, we can always take a look at a value here at the top, where we multiply it versus the value here on the side. So whenever we're taking a look at tens, we're only looking at the value that's here, where we multiply, say 1 times 10 to get 10. So we can also see it as this. We take a value here with any of the values here. So we're only looking at the values that are in this column. Okay, so if we're only looking at values that are in this column, anytime we multiply the value is we're multiplying straight across. So we're getting 1 multiplied by 10 is 10. 2 multiplied by 10 is 20, and so on and so forth. So if you notice, say we go 6 multiplied by 10 is 60. Well, do you guys notice the pattern? We had 1 multiplied by 10 is equal to 10. 2 times 10 is equal to 20. 3 times 10 is equal to 30. 4 times 10 is equal to 40. So really, every time we multiply a value by 10, all we're doing is just changing the value from the multiplication that we did that is not the 10. So 1 times 10 is 10. So we keep that the same. But for 2, we multiplied it by 10. So we just changed out the 2 value there. So if we had 6 times 10, well, that would just be a 6 and a 0. So let's take a look at it in a different way. So if we take 10, so we have the value 10, and we multiply it by 2, we see where this matches up. This matches up at 20. Now let's say we take 10 and we multiply it by 5. What are we getting? We're getting 50. So if we take 7 across, we'll see that it lands at 70. So if you notice, looking in this direction where we're multiplying this way, we notice that it is a 0 followed by whatever the value is that we're multiplying by. So 7, 0. If we take a look at it with 10 times 50, it's 0 with a 5 in front. So we put a 0, and then we take the value that we're multiplying. Well, what if we had 10 times 3? That's going to be the same thing. It'll be a 3 in front with a 0 behind it. Okay, or we could look at it this way. 3 times 10 this way, we're just dropping a 0 and then 3 in front of it. So guess what it would be if we're multiplying by 4 times 10? You're right, it'll be 40. This again is going to bring us to our multiplication trick. So we have 8 times 10. Our answer would be the number that we're looking at, 8, followed by the tens place behind it. So 80. So I have 9 times 10. Guess what? It's going to be a 9 with a 0 behind it. Say we have 3 times 10 again. That's going to be 30. If we have 6 times 10, that's going to be 60. We take the value of the 6, put that in front, followed by the single 0 behind it for the tens place. Now that's the same if we do it the other way around. We do 10 times 3, it's still going to give us the same answer, which would be 30. 10 times 8 would still give us 80. So we can always think of it this way. We have a 0, which we get from the tens place, and we put whatever value is in the front. Again, that would be the 8. Let's do one more. 10 times 2 would be equal to what? Well, we have the 2, put that in the front, followed by the 0 of the 10. So it'd be 20. Now let's try to do an activity. So we have this question, what animal can run up to 70 miles per hour? And we have values for which we need to put those letters in, as you can see here. So for us to do that, we need to figure out what the values are for each one of these here, and then put the corresponding letter across. So for instance, let's take a look. 8 times 10, using our trick, would be that an 8 goes in front, followed by the tens place, which is behind it, so 80. 1 times 10, right, that's a 1 in front with a 0 behind it. 7 times 10 is a 7 in front with a 0 behind it. 3 times 10 is a 3 and followed by the 0. 5 times 10 is going to be 5 in the front and the 10 behind it. 4 times 10 is going to be 40. 9 times 10 is going to be 90. 6 times 10 is 60. And 2 times 10 is 20. So now that we have our answers for each one of these, let's plug in the corresponding letter to finish our sentence off here. So we have 80. 80 is going to be for C. 90. 90 corresponds to H. 50, let's see, that corresponds to E. So we have 2 E's. 70 corresponds to T. 20 corresponds to an A, and an H again, that corresponds, or 90 corresponds to H. So a cheetah. A cheetah is the animal that can run up to 70 miles per hour. If you're looking to take your math skills to the next level, check out Mr. Heaton's Math Lab. We offer a range of resources to help you succeed, from free workbooks and Common Core assessments to focused mini courses and comprehensive curriculum courses. Head over to www.mrheatonsmathlab.com to get started today.